Picture this. It's a quiet night and a lush green cornfield is almost ready for harvest. But within just a few hours, the entire field is left in ruins. The culprit? Not a storm, not people, but a herd of wild boars. Every year, these animals cause billions of dollars in damage worldwide. In the US alone, the cost is estimated at $2.5 billion. In Australia, they're considered the country's most dangerous invasive species. And in China, the world's largest consumer of pork, wild boars are seen both as a serious threat and as a resource turned into food. Beneath their fierce appearance, wild boars are surprisingly intelligent, incredibly resilient, and reproduce at an astonishing pace. Today, we're going to uncover how this seemingly harmless creature became the #1 enemy of farmers around the globe. Wild boars, scientifically known as Sus scrofa, originated in Asia and Europe. Thousands of years ago, they roamed deep forests, foraging with their powerful snouts and defending themselves with sharp tusks. When humans began domesticating pigs, some wild populations remained free in nature. In many regions, escaped domestic pigs even bred with native wild boars, creating new generations that were larger, more aggressive, and far harder to control. Today, wild boars are found in more than 90 countries worldwide. In the United States, they've spread across at least 35 states, from Texas to Florida. In Australia, they have invaded fertile farmlands and reproduced so quickly that the government has issued year-round hunting orders to control their numbers. What makes wild boars especially dangerous isn't just their physical strength, but their extraordinary reproductive ability. A mature female can give birth to 6 to 12 piglets at a time and reproduce once or twice a year. In just a few years, a small group can explode into hundreds, turning peaceful landscapes into battlegrounds of destruction. So what makes this animal a true super destroyer in the eyes of farmers? First, it's their extraordinary physical strength. An adult wild boar can weigh anywhere from 180 to 330 pounds, built with solid muscle and capable of running up to 25 miles per hour. Their sharp tusks aren't just for defense, they're powerful enough to injure or even kill trained hunting dogs. Second, wild boars are absolute omnivores. They don't just feed on roots, tubers, and fruit. They'll also hunt insects, small birds, and even scavenge animal carcasses. That means wherever there's food, wild boars will survive and thrive. But perhaps the most frightening trait is their intelligence. Studies show that wild boars rank among the smartest animals in the wild. They quickly learn to avoid traps, infrared cameras, and even remember dangerous routes they've encountered before. If they fall for a trap once, they'll never make the same mistake again. The combination of strength, intelligence, and explosive reproduction makes wild boars an enemy that farmers around the world find almost impossible to defeat. Every year, wild boar herds destroy millions of hectares of farmland. Just one group of 20 to 30 animals can tear apart an entire corn or rice field in a single night. In the US, farmers in Texas often face a nightmare scenario. Crops nearly ready for harvest, wiped out within just a few hours. In Florida, ranchers have even witnessed wild boars attacking cattle, stealing feed, and spreading disease. But their damage doesn't stop at agriculture. Wild boars also threaten entire ecosystems. They dig up soil, destroy plant cover, cause erosion, and deplete vital nutrients. Native species, especially ground-nesting birds and small rodents, are pushed to the brink of extinction as their habitats vanish. Even more alarming than is the risk of disease. Wild boars can carry a wide range of dangerous viruses and bacteria, including African swine fever, a nightmare outbreak that wiped out hundreds of millions of domestic pigs in China. When wild boars come into contact with farmed pigs, diseases can spread rapidly, leading to devastating losses for the global livestock industry. Farmers around the world have tried countless ways to deal with this destructive animal. Guns and traditional traps. In the US, wild boar hunting is allowed almost year-round. Farmers use cage traps, drop nets, and even packs of hunting dogs to chase them down. But because of their explosive reproduction, hunting only reduces a small fraction of the population. Modern technology. In many places, automatic traps are equipped with infrared cameras, motion sensors, and remotely controlled gates. Some of these traps can capture entire herds, dozens of animals, in a single drop. Drones and helicopters. In Texas, some ranches have even resorted to using armed helicopters to hunt wild boars from the air. It's an extreme method, but it reflects the desperation farmers feel in the face of this invasion. Biological solutions. In Australia, scientists have experimented with contraceptives for wild boars in hopes of controlling their numbers without killing them. However, turning this idea into a practical solution has proven extremely difficult. Despite all these efforts, the results remain far from effective. The global wild boar population continues to grow, and the battle between humans and this relentless species shows no signs of ending. While many countries see wild boars only as a threat, in China, some of them have been turned into food. As the world's largest consumer of pork, China has built specialized farms to raise hybrid wild boars. These animals are crossbred between wild boars and domestic pigs, designed to keep the firm, gamey flavor of wild meat while being somewhat easier to manage than pure wild boars. Wild boar meat is considered a delicacy, often selling at a much higher price than regular pork. Fresh cuts are turned into sausages, hams, and even high-end dishes served in restaurants. But raising wild boars is far from easy. They retain much of their wild instincts, making them difficult to tame and dangerous for farm workers. On top of that, the risk of disease is always present. Still, despite the challenges, this approach represents a way to turn a so-called enemy into part of the economic value chain, rather than just a source of fear and destruction. The wild boar invasion is not just a local issue, it has become a global challenge. From the United States, Australia, and Europe to Asia, wherever humans live, the battle against this animal is being fought. We've seen the strength, intelligence, and devastation that wild boars can bring. But the question remains, can humans ever truly control them? In the next episode, we'll uncover the wide range of strategies, from cutting-edge technology to age-old traditions, that farmers around the world are using to fight their number one enemy. Stay with us as this series continues and discover the hidden secrets behind the fierce battles between farmers and wild boars.